Nama saya Daniel. Saya dari Amerika Serikat. Saya tinggal di Hawaii. Saya belajar di Universitas Hawaii di Ancient Classical Art and Architecture of Indonesia. So this is like Hindu Buddhist architecture of Indonesia. So my research is a survey on ancient architecture of Indonesia. So I look at meditational architecture. So I want to know exactly what are the reliefs, what are the stories behind it, and why do people use these sites. So it's a funny story because before, right after I graduated my undergrad, I got a degree in art history for Dutch painting. And my now fiance had just gotten a job at an NGO in Bali, so we decided to move, and I switched my field to Indonesia. So kind of opportunistic, but now I think it's worked out for the best. So we lived in Bali for a year, and I spent the entire time studying about Balinese art. General opinion? I think you have some of the Indonesia has the nicest and most friendly people I've ever met, pretty much in the entire world, so I always love coming back. So I think that meditation is, we talk about it in a very abstract way. We don't really understand what really goes into the art of meditation. So a lot of times it could be how we arrange and how we interact with spaces around us. And I think it's important that we understand all aspects, even the most personal and intimate aspects. So I chose meditation because I have a personal interest in meditation, but it's also something that I think isn't really talked about in Indonesia as much. I think that everyone does meditation to a certain extent, like especially in Indonesia, everyone does do meditation, but we never really think about the type of environments that we do them in. So, what is the space around someone who's doing meditation? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? And I think these are all important things that, again, haven't been talked about, because there is a common thread that really links everything together. And I think by doing this, I think we can come to a better understanding of how it developed in Indonesia, and hopefully it'll just further the research for this type of study. So there's a lot of Indonesian Kakawin, or old Japanese poetry. There's a lot of reference to meditation. Even in the Islamic period, you have references to meditation. So one of the things that I wanted to do is to put that all together and understand the type of spaces that people are performing meditations in. And again, I think it's something that is very popular in Indonesia, but is rarely ever talked about. So my research is to help better understand these common threads in the practice of meditation in Indonesia. So my other project is working on a digital archive of all the temples of Indonesia, and part of this is tied in with my dissertation of doing a survey of these meditational spaces, is that I want to preserve and digitize and create VR experiences for temple architecture. And all this is open source, so anyone would be able to come and visit the sites, because I think that the way that art historians have been engaging with temples of Indonesia is always through books, and we only see photographs, so all these are two-dimensional and you can't understand the space around it. So I want to do this 360 VR experience so people have a better grasp of the environment around, to understand what the sounds are like and what the atmosphere is like. Thanks for listening. Maju bersama, Go Life Indonesia.